Hi, I'm Jessica Ann Parks. I'm the author of Woven in Time, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about how the book came to me in the first place. So back in 2020, I was on a long drive and I had these scenes that just started playing like a movie in my head, which isn't completely unusual for me because I am a daydreamer by nature, and so I often have stories playing in my head. But what was different about these was how quickly they came and how clearly they came to me. It was like honestly a download within a short hour and a half drive. But it really wasn't until a few days later, when these scenes weren't fading, that I realized I needed to write them down. And within a week, I had the outline for an entire 3-book series written down. And that's when I realized that this really wasn't my story. This was bigger than me. The story was coming through me, and I just feel so grateful that Spirit chose me to be the conduit for this story. And that's when I realized I knew this story needed to be told, because it really isn't my story. It's not a singular story. It is the story of our soul's journey throughout time and throughout our individual human lives. It's the story of our discovery that we as humans really are more magical than we know. Which brings me to my personal why I've spent hundreds of hours probably rewriting and editing this book over the last 5 years, is that I truly believe that humans are undergoing a shift, an evolutionary shift, which we have been for a while now, where we're realizing and waking up to the fact that we are so much more than these physical bodies, that we're more than our 9-to-5 job, we're more than even our individual lives, that we're connected to each other through a collective consciousness, spirit, soul, whatever you want, God, what you want to call that, but really we're connecting to that part of us that realizes we are more, that there's more out there. So really, while this book is about 3 women across 1,000 years of time, learning, discovering, and really listening to what is whispering in their souls, they're following that calling, they're taking that leap into the unknown, and trusting that there is something more out there than the lives presented to them. Of course, because it is fiction and I like to have fun with it, there's also love, there's romance, there's a little bit of spice, there's heartbreak, there is messing up, forgetting their paths, power struggles, of course, bad guys, but it really comes back to the main characters and their personal journeys and finding themselves over and over again throughout the books. It's all of the bits of life that make this journey worth living, and really it's about that personal transformation, our soul's journey, and finding our true power along the way. So I hope that what I hope readers get from my books is they're able to use the lens of fiction to go on their own journeys and to have that their own wake-up call, their own discovery, their own finding their own path along the way, and realizing that they are more magical than they think. Thank you.